Hey everyone, welcome back to Rebuilding the Snyderverse. This is the web series where we will be rebuilding the Snyderverse using the current DCEU, as well as adding new stories to it. This is episode 2, and today we will be discussing the first new addition to the Snyderverse, which will be a Superman HBOMAX series set in between Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. So the title for this HBOMAX series would be The Last Son of Krypton. I decided that 4 episodes, all being 1 hour long, was appropriate for the story I think the show should tell. The budget would be $150 million, which sounds like a lot. However, Falcon and the Winter Soldier had the same budget for a 6-episode story. This being about Superman would mean that a lot of CGI would be needed if we want to keep the quality consistent with his cinematic appearances. Not only that, but the cast involved would take a chunk of that budget. The main cast would be Henry Cavill as Superman, Amy Adams as Lois Lane, and Diane Lane as Martha Kent. The story would focus on those 3, however I want to bring in Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I will explain why and how they would be involved in a moment. For the score, I would bring in either Hans Zimmer or Tom Holkenborg. They both created the new Superman theme, so I think it would only be appropriate for them to carry on composing this series. Henry Cavill has expressed his interest in directing in the near future, so he could direct some parts of this series. I think Zack Snyder has done a great job with telling the Superman story so far. He is known for telling longer stories, so a 4-episode TV series could be ideal for him. If he wasn't the director, then I would bring in Chris McQuarrie, the director of Mission Impossible Fallout. He pitched a Superman film with Cavill back in 2018, so he is interested in the character. If Snyder isn't the director, he would be the producer, to make sure the series connects properly to the overall vision. A bit like what Kevin Feige has done with Marvel. One thing I loved about the TV show Superman and Lois was how we got to see more of Clark and Lois together, just dealing with their personal lives. That is something I think you miss out on in movies. You don't see more of that grounded connection to these monumental characters. So to be able to have more of those quieter moments that connects you to the characters due to the streaming series structure really can benefit the larger story because you feel more for these characters. The first episode would start straight after Man of Steel, and I want to see Superman helping Metropolis rebuild. When helping to rebuild the city, I want Superman to have 2 interactions with random people. The first, thanking him for saving them from Zod and for helping rebuild the city. And the second, yelling abuse at him for destroying their home and bringing his war to Earth. Not only do I think that these 2 interactions reflect society as a whole, but I also think it would be interesting to see Clark's reaction to both comments. I want to see his confusion yet optimism on the situation, and how he understands but stays positive on what he did. He knows that he was only trying to help. After all, this was his first day on the job, so he was bound to make misjudgments. At this point in time, he would have just moved to Metropolis and we would have seen his first couple of days at work at the Daily Planet. However, he would still fly home very often to be with his mother. Throughout all 3 films that Superman has been in, he has always gone to his mother for help. And this series wouldn't be any different. Clark would fly to his mother to talk about how he misses his fathers, Jonathan and Jor-El. Now the reason why Ben Affleck would be in this series is that there will be moments throughout where we will see him making speeches or giving donations to people affected by the Kryptonian battle in Metropolis. In his speeches, I want to see small glimpses of his anger towards Superman for what happened in Metropolis and how he blames Superman for the deaths. I think small scenes like these could really help build the foundations for Batman v Superman. Not only that, but it is also the reason why Jesse Eisenberg is in the series. I want to see LexCorp fueling the hatred towards Superman. For example, I want to see Lex secretly buying a newspaper company and controlling what is said on the front page. He would be controlling the message to blame Superman for the Metropolis destruction, dividing society even more. I would also like to see how Lex discovered both Batman's and Superman's identity. It's not a vital thing to see in the series, however I think it could really improve the backstory of Lex Luthor in this universe. Both Bruce Wayne's and Lex Luthor's scenes won't be huge scenes in the series, both only featuring in the final 2 episodes, as I want this story to mainly focus on Superman, Lois, and Martha. However, I feel we still need to see where the other characters are in this universe. In Batman v Superman, we see Wallace taping newspaper titles to a board. Many of the titles mention Superman saving the day, such as Superman shifts tectonic plates and prevents devastating earthquake. The series would show these events happening, but I don't want to see him just saving the day. I also want to see what the media says about it. Some news outlets will criticize him for playing God, where others will praise him for saving the day. I want the series to really build the foundations for Batman v Superman, so the transition from the last son of Krypton to BVS is effortless. At this point in time, Clark ignores what the media says because he knows what he is doing is right, and the people in his personal life, aka Lois and Martha, are also reassuring him. Towards the end of the series, I think we should see small cracks of the criticism breaking through, where we see Superman hesitating for a split second before saving someone. So we can see that he is starting to second guess what he is doing before ultimately making the right decision. In the second episode, there would be a scene where Superman flies to the Kryptonian ship, which is now in Metropolis, in an attempt to talk to Jor-El again. Obviously, this doesn't work as Zod wiped him from the ship's memory, but as Clark walks sadly through the ship, a door opens and we see the black suit from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Clark asks the ship, why is this suit a different colour? And the ship explains that this is a regeneration suit that allows the user to absorb more solar energy. This would give a great explanation as to why we see the black suit in the Snyder Cut. Another door opens and we see his suit from Batman v Superman. Up until this point, he had been wearing the Man of Steel suit. He puts the suit on and we see the doors open. This time, however, we see barriers being set up around the ship. This would tie into what the ship looks like in Batman v Superman. We see sadness spread across Superman's face with the thought of him losing one of the only things left of his race. But due to his concern on how people would react to him not letting scientists or the army inside, he flies away. Because the series would be 4 episodes all 1 hour long, we can see more of the moments where Superman is inspiring people and how kids look up to him. He can be that beacon of light, as Henry Cavill said, but it also fits perfectly within the story between Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Overall, I want the audience to see more of Superman doing Superman things. And that is not saying at all that in Batman v Superman or Man of Steel, Superman doesn't do Superman things, because he does, a lot of the time in those movies. But I want to see the period in between both movies where he is happy being Superman, but also the criticisms of his actions are peeking through, but aren't massively affecting him yet as they did in Batman v Superman. There is a main villain to this story, however, and that is Lex Luthor. Not directly Lex Luthor, but it is created by him. Now I know in the comics, Metallo isn't created by Luthor. However, many things have been changed to fit the story being told. Now in the final 2 episodes, Luthor secretly creates a poor version of Metallo using a very small shard of kryptonite. Metallo would be a full android and not a cyborg like in the comics. This would fuel Luthor's obsession to get more kryptonite as Superman takes down Metallo in the final episode, much easier than Luthor expected. The fight is still epic, but we see Superman force Metallo away from populated areas, as he has learned from Man of Steel. The end credits scene of the final episode will be Lex Luthor in his lab, analysing the battle and why Metallo lost. It ends with Luthor ordering his men to find more kryptonite. The ending of the series would be Clark and Lois purchasing their apartment that we see in Batman v Superman and the Snyder Cut. This would create a perfect setup for Batman v Superman, but still giving a good ending to the series. So make sure to let me know what you think of this HBO Max series in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you think I missed something out? Or would you have a completely different story? Whatever you think, make sure to let me know in the comments below. The next episode will be dedicated to Batman vs Deathstroke. Like this episode, Batman vs Deathstroke will be an HBO Max series, so make sure to let me know what you think should be in the series in the comments below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. Hope to see you here again soon, so until then, have a great day. Bye!